Welcome Wizards and Warriors to the Mythology May update. A lot of the cards and skins coming from Greek mythology, but we do have a few ones from other mythologies. We got 7 skins to go through, and then 12 brand new cards, and some of these are very well drawn, and pretty cool abilities, of course. Let's get to it. Starting the skins with non-Greek mythology, instead of the genie's lamp, you can have the monkey's paw. Instead of Zeus, you can have from Norse mythology, Thor. Instead of the Fountain of Youth, you can have the Lazarus Pit. Instead of Santa, you can have King Midas. Instead of the 3 bears, you can have Cerberus. Instead of the tree, you can have Atlas, the man forced to hold up the sky. And lastly, instead of Goblin Boxer, you can have Ares. And those are all of the skins. Let's get to the new cards. Starting off the new cards with the King of the Sea himself, Poseidon, 14 HP, 3 damage with his Trident Triumph. Cards you hit will have spells on them stop working for 1 turn and cannot have new spells played on them during that 1 turn. Then we have the Goddess of Strategy, Athena, 4 HP, 1 damage with her hairpin. While in play, all of your cards, including spells, next/first attack will deal 4 times damage. So if she's already there, then you play a card, their first attack will deal 4 times damage, and if the card was already there, then you play Athena, it would be the next attack. It also goes for any spells you play, they would deal 4 times damage on their first/next use. Then we have, from Chinese mythology, Sun Wukong himself, the Monkey King, 7 HP, 3 damage, the Wukong Warrior. He can only be directly attacked by cards he has attacked. But of course, indirect attacks can still hit him, like the Minotaur, who can hit every card on a team. Then we have the Messenger of the Gods, Hermes, 5 HP, 2 damage, faster than lightning. After getting hit, you can roll a d20, then take away your current HP, and if the result is greater than the damage being dealt to you, you can dodge the damage. So against these cards, Swan Slash deals 1 damage, I roll 20, minus a 5 is 15. 15 is obviously greater than 1, so I would dodge that damage. 15 is also greater than the 14 damage that is here, so I'd be dodging that too. However, if I rolled 17, minus 5 is 13, that is less than this, therefore I would take that damage. Then we have the Goddess of Wine and Theatre. It is Dionysus, 13 HP, 1 damage, wine and dine. Any card you hit will take ×2 damage for the next 2 attacks towards them. That includes any spells that hit them, and this can stack with her own ability. So you hit somebody, they have ×2 for the next hit. The next time you hit them, they have ×2 and ×4, due to the way that it's the next 2 hits. Then we have the Boy Who Flew Too Close to the Sun, Icarus, 3 HP, 3 damage with the wax wings, and this card has 13 defense that blocks from all attacks, and it loses 1 defense when it gets hit. The defense is permanent, and it only goes down by 1 every time it gets hit. You can use Goblin Wrench to reset the defense back up to 13. Next up, holding secrets, we have Pandora's Box, 16 HP land card. When attacked, the attacker will roll a dice, adding the result to the death damage. If they roll a 1, then it opens, dealing damage only to the team that opened it, and if it's exactly a 6, then all other teams will take damage. When it dies, it will also open, dealing that damage. So anytime it gets hit, whoever hit it rolls a dice and adds that to its death damage. Anytime it dies, that death damage will be dealt to all opposing cards. However, if the team that hits it rolls a 6, then it will immediately open to everyone except the team that rolls 6. If they roll a 1, then it will immediately open only to them, and the team that rolled the 1 will take all of the damage. Everyone else will be spared. From Norse mythology, we have the god of mischief, Loki. Undetermined HP, because on placement, you roll a d20 to decide his HP. When attacking, you roll a d6 and deal it as damage. And his ability, once per turn, you can turn 1 dice into a coin, where heads is the highest value, tails is the lowest value. Or you can turn 1 coin into a dice, where 1 and 2 are equal to whatever side you choose, and 3, 4, 5, and 6 will be equal to the other face. This means on placement, you can roll the d20 to decide his HP, or you can immediately use that ability to turn the d20 into a coin, where heads is 20, tails is 1. Getting heads, 20 HP. risking a critical success or critical failure. He can also turn coins into dice, deciding what the 3, 4, 5, and 6 are equal to. So I can say that if I roll a 3, 4, 5, or 6, then it is equal to heads. This gives me better odds than a coin. I roll a 3, that is a head. Therefore, I do hit the fog machine. It's a once per turn ability, but you can do it on every player's turn. Continuing the Norse mythology, we have Heimdall's Horn, a 1 lifespan spell, incredibly unique because you play it after an opponent takes their turn. After an opponent makes a move, you can play this card immediately and change one of your last 2 moves from your previous turn. Then your opponent must continue with the turn that they just did. So here, if I had Static, who can dodge damage, hit Mechalot, and my opponent decides to Shazam Mechalot to kill both of these cards, I can, as a response, play Heimdall's Horn, changing my last turn to have the Mad Hatter hitting Mechalot instead. Then the Shazam will still go through, but this time it would now be killing the Mad Hatter, so I protected Static. Showing his true strength, we of course have Hercules. 12 HP for his 12 feats. 1 damage, Herculean feat, and his ability, when attacking, you gain bonus damage equal to the damage your target would be dealing to you. So if he hits the Bolt Balloon, his bonus damage would be whatever the Bolt Balloon does to him. Bolt Balloon does 2 times damage to cards that have more HP than it, so this card would be dealing 6 damage to Hercules, thus Hercules does 1 damage plus the 6 back to him. This also goes for any multipliers and charging attacks. So if we had Flame Soul here, who had skipped and charged, he has 16 damage ready to use. Hercules can hit Blue Flame here, dealing 1 plus the 16 damage, because that's how much he can deal back. Second to last, we have the ruler of the underworld. It is, of course, Hades. 15 HP, 0 damage with a Cursed Touch. Cards you hit guarantee die when this card dies. You can hit as many cards as you want, and they will all guarantee die as soon as you reach 0 HP. If you have Adrenaline, then it is when you reach 0 HP, all the cards you hit have died, but they only die when you go from above 0 to below 0. If you're stuck up below 0, they do not instantly die. It is only going from a positive to a negative number that counts as you dying. And the last card today is one of the most interesting cards I've ever made. It is the myth of the man forced to push a boulder up a hill, and every time he got to the top of the hill, the boulder would roll back down. It is, of course, Sisyphus. 20 HP, 1 damage with the stone cycle. His ability, as you can see, there are 5 steps. You can use a move to push the boulder up 1 step. Of course, starting at the first step. When reaching the 5th step, go back to the first step, double your damage, and gain 5 HP if you're missing it. You can push the boulder multiple times per turn. So, of course, having 2 moves, you could push the boulder up twice, then your next go, push the boulder up twice, reaching the top in 2 goes. But that does use your entire move. And yes, you can fast forward Sisyphus so that every time you push the boulder, it will move up twice. And those are all of the new cards. I had a lot of fun designing them and all of the cool abilities. Tell me which one of these is your favorite in the comments below. Have fun.